Good evening and a warm welcome to a cook's tour with Rocket and our second destination on the autumn adventure, the backwaters of Keralan. My name is Charlie Grant Peterkin and I am here, like you, to learn from the master, Mr. Ryan Stafford. Namaste, Ryan.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you as well, Charlie.
How are you?
Do you know what? I'm a little bit excited about this. I'm good and I'm ready for Keralan.
Good. Well, tell us very quickly, why the backwaters of Keralan?
Do you know what? Backwaters of Keralan for me, very, very special. I've been there. It's lovely. Some of the best experiences from traveling remain here in my head. And I want to bring that a little bit to life today. And I want you guys at home as well to not just taste, but also kind of capture the moment with some of the, the banana leaf and the methods we're going to use and the techniques we've used to get this food to you and hopefully take you there, take you to the experience that I had.
Great. Brilliant. Okay, so just a reminder to everyone at home, you are welcome and encouraged to cook along with Ryan, but you're also most welcome to sit back, reach for the fridge and cook along later if you prefer. We will be taking short breaks throughout to allow everyone to catch up at home and also allows me to fire a few questions at Ryan. Please do use the live pause function and also you can rewind should you need to catch up. And finally, please use the live chat function as well, and our team at Rocket will respond to any of your questions. And as ever, we have our hashtag #CookWithRocket, so please post photographs of your creations there so we can see all your wonderful creations throughout the cook-along and later this week. Okay, Ryan, well, let's start, and let's make a start by actually sort of introducing the dishes and the ingredients. And I think that allows our guests at home also to sort of just figure out what the ingredients are and put them all in the right piles as we work our way through the cook-along.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you for the great intro, Charlie. And as I said, I'm really looking forward to teaching not just you, Charlie, but I've taught myself so much in researching for this particular session. So we're going to start in order of the way we're going to go with the dishes. So just to kind of get everything we need, we've got you'll have a little tray like this, and this has got your rice in it as well, which has been pre-washed, and you'll also see a little base in here. This is what I like to call the foundation flavor. So we've got some onions, garlic, ginger, some aromats in there, and a little bit of spice, all cooked down just to kind of speed us up and get a little bit of the hard work done so we can enjoy the good bits. For the rice, for the mountain rice, we have a little bit of almond and prune just to finish. So we'll come back to that later. We have, secondly as well, our Kachumba. Amazing, Charlie. I'm so excited about teaching you about this. We've got beautiful mango, some radicchio trevice. You may have different looking ones. I've sent a nice selection out to you guys. Really, really seasonal product. And it's all different shapes and sizes. So if you've got one that doesn't quite look like this, that's fine. That was purposely done. We've got some nice Keralan herbs, so a nice bit of coriander shoots, nice and fresh. A little jar here. This is our 1952 dressing. A Rocket beauty in the making, so really happy to share this.
Look forward to hearing more about that later.
With you. And then we've got the pineapple. So we've got this absolutely stunning. I've got to pick this one up. Look at that.
I am super excited by that.
This is a brilliant masterpiece that we've kind of like played around with, and I'm really happy with this, and I hope you guys are. When you get your chops around this in a little while, it's going to be really special. Fire roasted pineapple with some kaffir lime and vanilla.
Amazing.
So all ready to go. We've got some coconut yogurt here as well. Really nice and fresh, nice flavour contrast there. And then we go over to the Yellowtail Kingfish. I mean, look at that. I just love the packaging as well. Really, really nice packaging. It's got a nice little piece of kingfish in here. That's all marinated as well. So it's had a good kind of like 24-hour marination. Perfect length of time to get the flavour into that fish and make it that much more better. The Malabar sauce, which the team at Rocket here have made. A real nice slow burner as well, nice and reduced down, beautiful. Some banana leaf, and you should have a nice little bit of butcher string in there just to tie that. And lastly, we go to the bhaji mix, which we pre-made for you. We're going to go through a nice little technique, take you through that with some pickled onions and some chili yogurt. So
wow, there we go. What a feast.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get started by the Keralan mountain rice.
Exactly. First things first, though, before we do that, Charlie, we need to put our ovens on because we're going to need that in a little while. So I'm just going to put mine on. We need to put that onto the way we're going to bake the fish, which we'll come to in a little while. We need a really, really hot oven. It's great to be done over a barbecue, but when you bake, you want to cook that fish. We're going to cook through this almost it's what they use in India instead of foil. Banana leaf, it acts like the same. We need to get the heat penetrating that. So a nice hot oven around 230. If it goes to 240, that would be great.
Okay.
We're going to cook that later for about 10-15 minutes.
Brilliant. Okay, so
cool.
oven's on, rice on the go.
Sure, let's get on to the first dish, which is the rice. Well, I can leave it there for serving. So, really, really nice little flow that we've got here. We've done a lot of thinking here at Rocket HQ. So, the rice, what do you know about rice, Charlie? Talk me through all your rice dreams, everything you know, how you cook it, how you like it.
It's one of those things, there are so many different ways to cook rice, and I think a lot of us get it wrong. Because it ends up being a little bit like rice pudding, and you kind of don't want that when you're having this delicious curry that we're going to have this evening.
Here's your biryani, risotto, ready.
You want it light and fluffy and full of flavour.
And we prepared it a little bit so we can help you along. The recipe will teach you step by step. But what we've done is what I like to call, very, very important part, the foundation. So especially in like biryanis that you see in India, rice dishes, pilaus, you start with maybe some ginger, some chili, a little bit of ghee, which is clarified butter, or oil in this instance. You sweat that down and you add layers of flavour, the onions, garlics, then the aromats, the spices come in, we cook those down, maybe some tomato or coconut, should the recipe need it. That's what we've done there. That takes a lot of time, so we've just kind of like gone ahead, got that stage done for you. And the rice as well is it's been washed. Really, really important for the starch. The starch will make sticky rice. So Thai rice, maybe it's a good thing, but this particular rice, we want that nice curled kind of grain rice that you see like that instead of a straight kind of grain. And you're going to get that by it being not sticky, getting rid of the starch, and also cooking it properly. So you said about the water as well, really, really good point. I tell you what, let's get this on first, and we can talk a little bit more about the rice. So a nice kind of medium-sized pan, literally all of the foundation, which we've already cooked down, and the rice in one shot. And then we have got here, in your recipe, the recipe that you'll have will be 150 grams of rice to 250 grams of water. In the base as well, I've got a little bit of stock. You will see in the recipe for you to make it again that it says some stock in there. That's all in the base that we've give you, the rice, and you just need to add water to it. So we've got 150 grams of rice in there, and then we're going to add 250 grams of water.
Great, and that's cold water going into a cold pan.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
So
Any salt?
Nope, that's in. I've already put it in there, so
okay.
It's literally good to go, and we want to get that on a high heat to start. Now the thing is, what's really important about cooking rice, and you said, I think it's a cultural thing. I mean, my parents, definitely growing up, this is how I had it. We're kind of brainwashed to get some rice, put it in water and cook it like pasta. It's really, you look at Chinese, Japanese, South American, Mexican, they braise rice, and this is how you get this beautiful, even Iranian rice is an art form. It's like roast potatoes to an Englishman or woman. And rice as well is a very, very particular thing. There's a way, like a crispy potato, well, the bend in the rice shows that the rice had enough water to cook and become tender. And then once the water disappears, you get the lid on top, and it causes like a steaming effect, and it allows the rice to kind of dehydrate and almost become not sticky, if you like, fluffy.
Amazing. A masterclass in rice cooking.
So yeah, there we go. So we just want to pop that rice on, give it a nice little stir. Hopefully you can see that on the overhead. And you'll see as you kind of stir that, you'll release the smell of this is incredible. And this is what the excitement in this class, things like you've got some black cardamom in there. People haven't really heard of black cardamom, green cardamom. Black cardamon's smoky, it's mysterious, it's woody. If you could just come have a look at this.
Coming over for an inspection.
Have a look at that. So they kind of look like swollen kind of raisins, but they're woody. Don't want to eat those, but they can stay in there. You can just as you come across them.
That's looking good.
They're not poisonous or anything. I just don't think it's like chewing on a little bit of.
And is there any particular type of rice we should?
Basmati.
Basmati. Okay.
Basmati white rice. I'm a little bit healthy. Weekdays I'll have brown rice, but nothing's like white rice. The brown rice will take longer and it won't fluff up as much. So we just want to make sure that is on nice and high. And what we're looking for, Charlie, is to bring that up to the boil. It's going to take about 10 minutes. Wait for all the liquid to go, and then we're going to pop that lid on. But in the meantime, just talk you through, we've got a little bit of a garnish. Now this is Keralan mountain rice, and the reason I call it mountain rice is because my time in the mountains of Munnar, I went and stayed at a really nice retreat several years ago, and lots of vegetable dishes, but the rice dishes every day were amazing. coconut milk in there and grated coconut, but always finished with some kind of nuts. So I've finished here with some almonds and some dates. You could use apricots, raisins, golden raisins. You could chop a little bit of dried apple or banana. Really, there's no boundaries. So we'll pop that there.
And are they going to be sprinkled on top, or is it going to be sort of folded through the rice?
Yeah, I mean, you want the rice to get where you want it, and then you could, as you're fluffing it, you could throw it through. I like to put it on top.
Yeah.
It looks good, and as you kind of pull through there,
yeah,
all good.
Great. Good. So the rice is on the go. Should we move on to the next dish?
Let's do that. So we've got some amazing ingredients. We'll just lift these up here. Beautiful mango. We touched on mangoes in the first series. These are a really, really nice mango. Firm mango, meaty mango is what we want, not kind of a small aromatic one. This is a salad, Kachumba. Tell me what you know about Kachumba, Charlie.
I love the sound, and I love saying Kachumba.
Kachumba.
It sounds great.
Kachumba is no mystery. There's a salad that you get quite poorly done sometimes, or you get a really good one. There's a cucumber, the onions, the tomato, and the iceberg lettuce.
We've all had it.
You can get it nice, or you can get it very bad. So I like to play on this. Kachumba traditionally is something crunchy, sweet, zingy from the onion. So what I've kind of mixed it up here a little bit. I've gone with instead of a gem lettuce, I've gone with a nice seasonal autumnal radicchio, which is crunchy, lettuce-like, a little bit more bite.
Yeah. Good colour.
Yeah, and bitter, sort of flavour profile here, really exciting to take note of. You've got a bittersweet thing going on there, massive bomb of fruit, flavoursome, aromatic kind of sugar, perfume coming from the mango, massive kind of contrast coming there. I've got a little chicory here, some nice Keralan herbs. Just try one of those.
This looks like a sort of
little boys.
Rocket cress or something.
That are big boys.
Coriander cress.
Coriander cress and bang. So Keralan herbs. Yeah, I mean that's so little, but again, bang, real big kind of peppery perfume. And then a 1952 vinaigrette.
Got to tell us more about the 1952. Why the 1952?
Well,
is this a Ryan Stafford?
It's a Ryan Stafford, but it's more a rocket. A rocket, really, really creative. Love to design new things. We are in the events industry, but I just like this. I needed a curry vinaigrette. I thought it was a great name to call it. Yeah. 1952, part of the Commonwealth is India. And yeah, just paying homage to that really. One of my favourite salads, chicken Coronation. That's what I'm doing, a salad, I need a dressing. So I played on that with, I talked about Kachumba, having some onions in. So we've got a little bit of onion in there, a little bit of mango, a little bit of apricot, some rice vinegar, chili, and it's got that sweet tanginess it's kind of in between this. So it's gonna pull it all together nicely. So we'll crack on with that. Do you just hear my rice bubbling in the background? We can get a bit of an overhead. Charlie, you've got to come back just for this bit. This is the bit you want.
Come back for a sort of rice facial.
There we go.
Oh, it's all there, isn't it? And that lovely smell, that is infusing those flavours into the rice.
Very, very important. It's very easy. It doesn't have to be complicated with the rice. That's going to simmer away now. Just going to keep an eye on it. I reckon just going to turn it down now. It's at the boil. And we're probably looking around 10 minutes. We just want that liquid to go down to the bottom. We're going to get the knife, push the rice aside, see that it's just bubbling at the bottom, crack a lid on it, and that's where the magic happens.
Okay. So don't touch it, don't stir it, just once it's boiled, bring it down to the simmer.
Exactly.
Let it do its thing.
So now back to the Kachumba. Don't know, Charlie, if you would like to help me out.
Yeah, I'm here to help.
With this, sort of radicchio, I just want to I think it'd be nice just to get almost imagine kind of like a little bit of a bird's nest going in here. And I'm going to just do the same with this. And we'll just try and get a little bit of kind of like a nest going with a little bit of height. Then we'll just dance a bit of mango over the top, finish with a dressing and a cress.
Love it.
If you've got someone at home as well helping you out, then two of you get involved, this is a good chance.
Yeah, perfect.
The studio is smelling delicious, and by the time we're finished, especially with this bad boy, it's going to be magical.
Yeah. The crew are sort of licking their lips with excitement.
Dribbling a little bit. Okay. I am.
What I love about this Kachumba too is I guess it sort of it would vary as to sort of where you are in India as to the ingredients that might go in, and perhaps in Kerala we're using mango and all these sort of bright, very sort of equatorial produce.
Yeah.
Whereas if this was happening up in Delhi, perhaps, we might be playing with something else.
Yeah, and that's the thing about India. It's a big, big place, and it's kind of like you see in China. You have different provinces and different. Yeah. Kerala for me is very. As far as I know, it's very much a vegetarian state. Yeah. So lots of coconuts for proteins, lots of nuts, lots of fruits relied on. The fish really is coastal, not really much inland.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe a bit more to the north, a little bit of chicken. But when I was there, a lot was lentils, dals, rice dishes, coconuts, fruits, braised fruits.
Yeah.
So yeah, really nice. So
how have I done?
Charlie, it's looking
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Okay.
Looking
I'm
really
learning.
good.
The apprentice.
And as well, we'll leave that there for the end. I think the point that we're trying to get is just some textures in there. So you've seen I've got some nice wedges here, nice big pieces, small pieces. Just get involved. We're trying to make a little bit of a visual impact as well. So the mango, just want to slide the knife through there.
Yeah. Those who joined us in the summer series of masterclass will have perfected their cheeking of mangoes.
The cheeking of the mangoes.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. So as well, people often waste, just keep going down on the mango and taking slices and slices. Make sure you get as much of the meat as possible. And I'm going to pop these here, and you just want to dance a few of these, Charlie, like this.
Okay.
That would be amazing. Just again, focused on a little bit of height, being a little bit chefy about it, but that's what we're here to learn, some nice skills as well. I'm not just going to throw all these beautiful things on the plate.
But aiming to go quite thin on the slices.
Yeah, well, you'll see now, that was just a way of not wasting some little bits that we had with the skin. So now just some nice chunks. I like mouthfuls. I like people, especially when it's sharing food like this, you get a fork in, go for a piece, you have to focus on a little bit, scrape a bit on your plate. I really like watching how people approach food, you know, making it a little bit of a journey, not just unexpected. Like I said, peas, carrots and meat like my grandma used to do. I've referenced that quite a lot. It's kind of a bit horrified when things are formatted because that's how it was given to us. As a chef, I'm just free. I just literally I've never done this before.
What, made a kachumba?
I practiced it once or twice. But I think the main thing is just be free. Yeah, if it doesn't look exactly like this, fine.
Yeah, okay.
So
yeah, use the hashtag #CookWithRocket and let's see your kachumbas coming to life.
Charlie, you're back on here.
Thank you, sir.
Let's take that.
Oh.
Quality control.
Yeah.
So not far on the rice. We said 10 minutes. I think we've had about 6-7 minutes towards that.
And when the rice is cooked and you put the lid on, can it just hang out for really as long as you like?
Yeah, I mean,
within reason.
Health and safety wise,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think as it cools down to room temperature, fine.
Yeah.
But it's like if you do get rice from a restaurant down the road, it's the danger zone. You don't want to let it go cold, heat it up, down.
Okay.
So just in terms of bacteria, and rice is a little bit.
Yeah.
Just want to pop those as well, just
Love to.
in and around. You'll see as well, very generous at Rocket as we are with the mangoes. Nice bit of mango for breakfast tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect amount for 2 people. We'll just pop that aside. Put that in my lovely fruit bowl over there. So I wonder if we could get a little bit of an overhead close-up on this rice. Very, very important moment. It's a great time to do a salad as well, stress-free, kind of ticking along in the background. So, don't know if we can see from the overhead. I can't really tip it up because I'll disturb the cooking. Just want to get the tip of the knife and move it aside. There's still quite a lot of water, but visually,
There we go.
let's pop it on here. It might be a little bit easier. So visually, it looks like there's no water, but if you just pop the knife in, fork, and you can see that, Charlie?
Yeah, I can.
There's like a little bit of water. There's actually quite a lot in there. That'll take 2 or 3 minutes and it'll disappear. And we're just looking for that water, like I said, to just come down to a low point.
Okay,
Would you
so
like...
everyone at home checking your rice, just check the amount of water still in there. And if you need to, just let it continue to boil down a little bit.
Yeah, okay. So, Charlie, I'm going to let you finish this. This is going to be your creation.
Okay.
The flavour's good, don't worry. You can mess it up a little bit. It's still going to be good. But you're doing such a lovely
Are you
job.
thinking like this on top?
I'm thinking...
Oh, wow.
I was thinking lesser than that. So you carry on doing what you're doing. Just half the crest. We'll save a little bit for the bhajis later on. And then if you just want to give this dressing, this is one of those lovely dishes where we get it ready now, push it aside, stress-free. So, nice little shake.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to just open that up, maybe put about a tablespoon from the centre, working out to the top. And there we have it, our first dish.
Gosh, I can't believe I'm being entrusted with this. So here we go.
Beautiful.
Is that enough?
A little bit more. That's perfect. There you go.
There we go.
There's.
I could have probably done that a little bit more delicately with a teaspoon. But
It's cool because it'll just come over the top and settle at the bottom of the bowl in the excess.
very good. So first dish completed.
First dish completed. So let's pop that down there. And again, A little bit of dressing that's left, just keep that. It's all yours. You do not have to send it back. We've got quite a bit of dressing.
And what could you do with the dressing? Just literally throw it on some salad leaves and off you go?
Yeah, I mean, that when you try that, that's your new dressing. I'm going to leave that for you at home. For me, I'm addicted. My wife, since I made this, she always says, can you make some dressing? So I've got a little bottle at home, keep topping it up, and there we have it. Shall we move on to the next dish?
Yes, let's do it.
We're waiting for the rice.
Yeah.
So, interesting. Have a little feel of that, Charlie. Tell me what's going on. What do you think's in it?
Ooh, well, I mean, I know what it is because it says fire roasted
Pineapple.
pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm guessing it's sort of sugarcane or syrup or
There's a little
something.
bit lime juice, a little bit of honey in there. There's vanilla bean, kaffir lime juice, and a little bit of vinegar in there.
Wow.
Vinegar in a dessert. You've got to think about a pineapple. It's very sweet and very acidic at the same time. You've got a little cut on your lips, it'll sting. It's like tomato, it's very, very acidic as well.
Mm.
So it's nice to kind of play with the natural kind of background notes and profile of it and just kind of amplify that. So loads more sugar, loads more kind of flavour, and that's just been sitting there for maybe 48 hours.
Mm.
So we, in the cooking process with this, should we cut it open, have a look?
Yeah, I do.
I wonder if we can use one of these bowls.
Yeah, why not?
Let's just take the stage apart. So, let's have a little look at that rice. So I reckon my rice is about 2 minutes away. So just have a little look at your rice again. Knife in the bottom, pull the rice aside with the tip of the knife and you're looking for a little bit of liquid boiling at the bottom. In 2 minutes I'm going to pop a lid on that, put it on the lowest heat and just let it steam. Okay? So, this pineapple. Wait until you smell this, Charlie. This is one of those things, when I first tested this at Rocket HQ, I mean, you've got to get an overhead on that. It's an absolute dream to look at. For me, that gets me very excited. As a chef, you know, we search for that next thing, and I'm not even blowing my own trumpet here. You just come across things by mistake, which I did with this, and it works, and you're like, wow, how simple is that and how effective at the same time? Have a whiff.
Mm. Yeah, wow. I mean,
It's good, isn't it?
Keralan, isn't it? It really is.
It's good, and the lime juice in there and the vanilla working together, it's almost like, for me, like a sweet version of rosemary and garlic with lamb. It's just got that thing that just works.
And is this something you've created? Is this sort of influenced from your trip to Keralan?
I remember having a lot of pineapple. Now the thing is, in Kerala, I had a lot of experience with tandoors. I've seen a lot of open fire, lots of tandoors, and with it being Indian, I knew we had to do something without burning the studio down like in Basque Country. I just felt, how can we not burn the studio down? And so I created this with an idea of trying to use fire as a technique to a benefit that would get a little bit of accent of a few techniques that are used in Kerala.
Great.
So yeah, the tandoor is kind of what I've tried to imitate, and I think when you recreate this in the oven really hot for an hour or two, really aggressively on the pineapple, a little bit of a kind of midnight murder moment, stab it a good few times quite aggressively, get it all out in the pineapple, pour pineapple into the oven for 2 hours it goes, or on the barbecue. Light the barbecue, as it's lighting, don't wait for it to go to white coals, throw it on, turn it maybe 4 times in an hour, might take an hour, hour and a half, let it blacken, think of a baked potato, all messed up on the outside, inside beautiful.
Oh.
So there we go, so let's get this plated, we'll come back. I think now, Charlie, it's time to show everybody, just quickly, the rice. So have a look at that. What do you see on the top of the rice?
Hey, it's all sort of curling up.
Curling up, exactly, and that's what we're looking for. So, we just moved that as well, right at the bottom. See any juice?
Next to nothing.
Next to nothing, that's what we've done. So that foundation of flavour has kind of like infused the stock. The water has come down and it's left all that flavour, but now it's embedded in the rice. So every mouthful is going to be delicious. All that flavour in the foundation reduction that we had mixed with the rice is now in there. That pilau rice, but times 100, you know, really took it up a step here. So now's the time with that, the lowest possible heat. The rice is now cooked. You could eat it like that, but the magic comes where you steam it and it curls and separates, and that's how we get it nice and fluffy.
Okay.
So we're going to take that down now to...
So no touching, no stirring. 'Cause I always have that tendency of sort of starting to prod.
Yeah.
But I like the way you're just letting it do its thing.
Setting one. I'm just going to pop that on there.
Yeah.
And that acts as a nice little lid. And we're just going to let that steam for about 15, 20 minutes.
Brilliant.
So back to the pineapple.
I just suddenly thought, kingfish.
Oh, kingfish.
I wonder if we want to get that wrapped in the oven. And
Should we come back to the pineapple?
And we'll come back to the pineapple. And we'll dress that.
Kingfish.
We'll dress that in a minute.
I had to, when I was thinking about things that we could do for a protein in this, it had to be a curry, right? Indian meal. I mean, talking man to man here.
Yeah.
Perfect Indian meal. For me first, curry, bhajis, a cracking rice dish, maybe something on the side. 1952, Kachumba.
Agreed.
Of course.
Agreed.
So, I was looking at fish and I thought I wanted to give you guys something at home. We couldn't just stick a little bit of tuna in there, we couldn't stick a bit of salmon in there, or a little bit of sweet corn or whatever else we have every day, tuna sweet corn sandwiches, whatever. We needed to give you something different. So we went with white tuna, yellowtail. Big in India. I don't know if you can see that. Let's have a little look in there. It's a beautiful marinade, so yogurt marinade, which I use with tandoor. Some coriander, some spices, garam masala, a little bit of lemon juice, ginger and garlic. And that's just been marinating for about 24 hours. We're just going to wrap that up and serve it with this beautiful Malabar green pepper curry sauce.
Incredible.
So
we're literally just going to tie up the kingfish in a banana leaf parcel.
Exactly.
Which I suppose, as you said earlier, is that sort of equivalent to French cooking en papillote.
Yeah, you say it much better than me in the true Mancunian accent. En papillote. There we go, classy. So it is its own world, Manchester, and I get away with it just for that. So open this beautiful packaging, and then in we go in here. We just want to slide it out, marinade, juice, everything. So in we go. Just before we do, look at that.
Hey.
When was the last time you had a bit of banana leaf floating around? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Never in my house. So a little bit of fresh banana leaf there. In comes the kingfish, just squeeze that out, making a massive mess. Beautiful.
Oh, it's
And already
great colour.
looking tropical, isn't it?
Yeah, it's looking fabulous.
So the reason we use banana leaves, not just to show off and be chefy and give you something special in the box, it's because it's literally used like we use foil in papillote to lock in those juices and get it baked.
It doesn't add any flavour or anything, does it?
Nope, and it's not poisonous at the same time, so it's just a great vehicle. And what we want to do is I'll just show you
Yeah,
really
run through
quick.
that again.
Really quick.
Yeah, that was super quick.
So
We're not paying
fish
attention
fish in the middle. You should have a good kind of foot and a quarter. You just want to piece over again. Do you know what? You could scrunch it up into a little ball if you don't really care about how the fish is going to look. We just want to make sure that this is kind of covered. Charlie, would you be an absolute legend?
Yes.
And
I can try.
just maybe underneath.
Yep.
I'm rubbish at Christmas presents. I don't know about you, but I am just absolutely.
Are we just tying straight on top like this?
Yeah. Just a nice, something that's going to keep it nice and tight. We're going to give that about 15, 25 minutes. Don't worry if it cuts through a little bit. You've got a few layers there. And there we go, look at that.
Oh, it's kind of cute.
Beautiful. It does look really, really nice.
You were mentioning earlier how, I mean, this is the kingfish, and it's all, you prepped it all at Rocket. So there are different sort of shapes and sizes that our guests at home might be sort of handling.
Yeah.
Is that right?
So kingfish is probably about a 10 to 12 kilo fish.
Yeah.
And it is part of the tuna family. It's like a white kind of tuna. So yeah, you're talking from the top loin. Go on, Charlie. Turn around a little bit. We're going back. So Charlie is the tuna. You've got the white tuna. You've got the top line coming down here. How's that?
Yep.
Yeah, working out.
Yep.
Top line, and then you've got the belly. Flinched a little bit then.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then you've got the collar here. Now the thing about yellowtail is you can use the whole body, which is beautiful. Thank you very much, Charlie.
My pleasure.
So you know, you get thin bits, so you would have got a longer bit. So if you're a bit like mine wasn't that square and small, the bigger bits, the thicker bits, should I say, will be shorter, and then you get a tail bit just a little bit longer. But because we're wrapping it and cooking it in this technique, it shouldn't really dry out. 15, 20 minutes, you're looking for the fish just to flake a little bit.
Great.
There we go,
In the
straight
oven.
into the oven. So I'll pop a little time. Do you want
And that was quite hot, wasn't it? You said 220, 230?
230,
Yeah.
15 to 20 minutes, I think we'll do that.
Okay.
A good job.
Great.
So here we go, back to the pineapple. Just before we do go back to the pineapple, let's have a little bit of a recap. We'll keep going back to the pineapple.
We keep putting the pineapple
Maybe
on.
in the next class as well. So kachumba's done, rice is on. We're just about to go into the pineapple. Fish is in. So we've got 5 dishes, 4 are underway.
Yeah, perfect.
We're in a good place?
I feel like we're in a good place.
I feel like we're in a good place. So now would be a good time to come to the pineapple, but also make sure that there's some oil on. So we need to get some nice cooking oil on for our bhajis that we're going to need in about 15 minutes. So now would be a great time to heat some oil up.
Okay.
And the bhajis take no time to cook. We just want them golden on each side, 1 or 2 minutes. Hot oil about 190 to 220.
How much oil in the pan?
I think I've said in the recipe or in the equipment list for 300 to 400 mil.
Okay, perfect. And
But
any
again-
particular type of oil?
Again, neutral oil, so
sunflower.
rapeseed, sunflower, vegetable.
Okay, fine.
And when we say neutral oil, we're talking about an oil that doesn't give flavour, just lets whatever's being fried in it be as it would.
Cool. So hopefully everyone's got their oil sort of on the go, and as ever with oil, do keep an eye on it.
Yeah. Okay, back to the pineapple. Finally, here we are. So this pineapple, the thing is about this is you can, because of the way we've cooked it as well, and you can see it's kind of like, looks like it's breathing in a little bit with a nice kind of like rib structure on the outside. Because of the way we've cooked it, we broke down all the fibres in there.
Yeah.
And it's just a really nice way to
And has
celebrate.
it shrunk during the cooking process? 'Cause it looks like it's sort of concentrated in,
It has,
in
and
its
that's,
colour and its shape.
if you think about a potato, it's full of water, starch and sugar. As you bake it, the potato gets, you know, it just gets really, really sexy, doesn't it? It gets really kind of a jacket potato, crispy on the outside, sweet on the inside, and then beautiful topping. So we've got sweet, kind of like acidic, vanilla-y mess of a pineapple. I mean, look at it, there's nothing left.
It's had a tough time,
It's
hasn't it?
it's a bit Jurassic, isn't it? Like crocodile skin.
Yeah.
But soft inside, absolutely beautiful. And then we're going to just pair that up with a little bit of coconut yogurt, and that's just the perfect recipe. So let's go in to that pineapple. And just what we're tending to do, like a bit of a watermelon, kind of bring the knife down, the tip of the knife here. Let's move that away. And we just want to kind of slide the knife underneath, and then we're going to give some nice little triangles. And we're going to eat it out of the skin pretty much.
Okay.
So almost like we're segmenting an orange, if you like. And this is a quarter of a pineapple. So if you can imagine how much you actually get with a full pineapple.
Yeah.
So just slowly, it's a bit like, it's not as tricky as filleting a fish. Spin it around, come from the neck end as well. And like I said, this fibrous bit we usually cut out, it's perfectly edible. So don't forget to tuck right down into the base down there. So I just find it so interesting as well. I had this idea about this and didn't know if it was going to work. And it has worked. So there we go.
That is great.
There we go.
And so just keep it in the skin.
Yep. Keep it in the skin. Pop it on there. And Charlie, if you'd be an absolute legend,
Yeah.
do you have a spoon over there? You don't.
I have a fork over there. You've got a spoon there.
There's a spoon for you. Why don't you just pot a real nice, can we say dollop? Is that a word?
Yeah.
Let's do it. We just did a big dollop there. And that is it. It's that simple. And if you were in India and you were to get some grilled fruit, I've seen grilled mangoes, I've seen like all different kinds of grilled citruses. This pairing is going to blow you away. For me, on my taste buds, it's absolutely epic.
Great.
I love it. Okay, the fish should be good. We've had about, what would you say we've had on that? No, I didn't put a time on there.
It's about 5 minutes. Yeah.
So Charlie, on to the next dish. Let's go. We're going to do the bhajis. Now, I told you so much about these bhajis. I've given them a lot of hype,
There's
haven't
been
I?
a lot of chat in rehearsal about bhajis.
Now, Daraz, in rehearsal, there was a lot of chat. And do you know why? Because bhaji, for me, is very special.
Yep.
And it's very, very special because you can make it whatever you want. You can do an apple and parsnip bhaji. Yeah, exactly. You can do carrot bhaji, a herby bhaji, an Indian bhaji. It's basically batter with vegetables, crispy.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, but we put a little bit of spice in there. So here at Rocket, with the team, it's a little bit of a team effort, this. I know I'm getting you whiffing a lot, but Indian food, and especially Keralan for me, it's one of the senses,
good.
visuals, colour come straight away, but also the spice. So in here, we've got some carrots. So I've just spiralised some carrots, so they're nice and kind of like long and thin.
Yep.
And then I've got some onion in there, some parsnip, and it's called a root bhaji because we've got a little bit of yam in there as well, a little bit of sweet potato. I don't know where I start, so just putting loads and loads of stuff in there. But for me, a bhaji should not be, you get at some of the best restaurants, the most delicious Indian food, and then the bhajis come.
Yes.
Charlie.
And they're like sort of large sort of dumplings, aren't they?
Dumplings is
Not authentic.
not authentic. It's a great explanation. So a lot of hype.
Bhaji is a bit of a sort of street food in India, isn't it?
It is, and you can get all different types of bhaji. You can get aubergine bhajis, which are quite big, all different kind of fried little batter bits. So lots of talking, but just before we go into that, Charlie, would you like to handle one of these carrots?
Wow.
Look at these. So I wanted to bring these on set because
Wow.
these are, Look at that bad boy. That is a monster. I mean, we've got white carrots, red carrots. Let me, just before we go into that, have a look at this. So these beautiful carrots that bhajis
like them.
have been made from.
Heavens.
Look at that.
That is beautiful, isn't it?
I mean, for a chef, this is a magic moment in the kitchen. You get something this great. The green here, electric green colours as well. And I wanted to use these because they really, when I was talking about roots, not just indigenous roots to the area of India and Keralan in question, but just these because of the colours. They have that tropical vibe.
Yeah.
And again, kind
Let's
of
have a
just,
look inside that one. Great.
it's almost like they've been genetically put like this, but they're not. These are heritage, from heritage seeds. I mean, look at those.
Yeah.
Not your average Johns. So you've got here some beautiful carrots, and that's what your mix has been made for here. So beautiful.
Amazing. Okay, let's get these carrots out of the way.
Yeah.
Before
Okay.
we say anything we regret.
So what we want a nice little, I've just took my lid off my rice, which is almost getting there now. A nice little kind of resting tray here.
Yeah.
So you can use some kitchen towel, you can use a nice clean J cloth, make sure it's nice and clean though. And this little beauty.
Oh yeah.
That is straight out of my grandma's kitchen. Just to kind of like take those out of the oil. Now we've made this really, really simple, and there's a little bit of a technique that I want you to follow. This is what we're going to do with the bhajis. We're going to get hands involved like this.
Yeah.
And we're just going to get a little pinch. So I don't know if you can see that on the camera. I'm just going to get a nice little loose pinch, not a ball. We're going to flatten it out like that. And then we're just going to drift it in the oil like so, away from us. We're not going to, oh, that's hot in there. We'll just throw it in. Big no-no. We're going to get a nice little scrunch of the batter. And then even if you've got a nice little stringy bit like that, and then you're going to get this beautiful, beautiful little crispy bhaji. So let's go ahead and do that. So do you want to come over here and watch, Charlie?
Yeah.
So nice hot oil as well, which we've already preheated. I'm just going to pop that in there like that. Nice little sizzle. It's a good sign. Then keep your fingers well away. And did you see this, how slow I popped it in there?
Yeah.
Just want to do that
Very
again.
gently.
We'll just do two. One for you and me. And then just gently does it in there. And then pop that in. Just give my hands a little clean. We'll pop the little rest of the mix there. So the fish should be coming along nicely. How long do you reckon? 6 minutes?
I think we've got another 6 minutes to go on the fish, yeah.
Okay, so.
And how long do those bhajis take? Are they literally just a flash in the pan?
They are very, very quick, Charlie. So you look in probably about one to 2 minutes each side. Mm-hmm. So I'll just bring one of those out just so you can see on camera.
Wow. So
look at that, really gnarly, really crispy on the outside. The more little thin bits that are out get a little bit more golden. Pop that little bad boy back in, let him do his thing. So about 1 to 2 minutes each side. So
it's going to be super crunchy on the outside and just a little bit sort of gooey in the middle, hey?
And that's it. Not really gooey. You almost want like a cooked bread texture, but not doughy, just fluffy and light and crispy on the outside. So there's more crispiness, more ground and exterior that's crispy, so that if there is a little doughy bit in there, you're not focusing on it. Whereas these kind of like big tennis ball things that you go, not
so good.
Exactly. So the beautiful pickled onions, and we've got some chili cheese. Chili cheese for me, I love the yogurt that you get from lots of Indian restaurants. And in Kerala, I had sweet cheese. It's almost like, do you know they like lassi? Have you heard of lassi?
I have, yeah, I've had it.
So it's like almost like a fruit milkshake. Yeah. Would you say it's like a cross between a smoothie and a milkshake?
Yeah, spot on.
Just
they serve in those lovely sort of clay cups.
Yeah, exactly. Classically.
Yeah.
I mean, you see them over here, well, in London, you see them in little glass bottles and stuff, but really, really delicious. Now, this is just a cream cheese, and then some chili in there, a little bit of garlic oil, a touch of sugar, and a little bit of lime juice. So chili cheese, it's kind of like sweet, goes with the roots, real kind of differential balance there with the pickled onions. So, I don't know if you can get a nice overhead shot. We've just turned these bhajis over, looking really, really sexy, nice and golden. And I've given them just the amount of hype that they need. So Charlie, would you be an absolute legend? Just open that up.
Yep.
I'll get you a spoon and you can plate this one as soon as you've got the ability of all those great skills for the salad and in past classes. This is your number, mister.
Thank you.
Do you have a spare cloth down there, Charlie? I've used them all.
I think we've been using them all.
Okay, I'm okay. I'll just use this. So here we go with the bhajis. Out. So it's like 1 2 minutes each side. Probably had about 2 minutes on the first one. And then on the other side a little bit less. And there we go, look at those. Now, Charlie, if you
They
would
are
like,
fab. They're sort of extraterrestrial almost, aren't they?
look at those. I mean, as well,
Yes,
nice
hello.
nice and crispy. All those little, again, like little gnarly bits. All the oils got through there, made them nice and crisp. They're going to be absolutely delicious. So,
All this talk, I tell you, it looks like it's going to live up to expectation.
let's get a little bit of that theatre going there. So, nice little bit of stand up.
Okay.
So, stand them up, nice little bit of height. Really, really appealing to the eye. You see them, two little fat tennis balls, doughy in the middle. No thanks.
Are we
Nice.
dolloping, or are we sort of doing a Chef Quenelle?
You do what you want. I think maybe either a nice big dollop on one side or in the middle, and then we're going to put some onions on top. So if you want to go with that wherever you want, there's no right or wrong way to do this.
Okay, I'm going on this. Well, I'm going on the side.
Look at that. That was a proper dollop there, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it?
Okay.
Right, pop that back through there.
Then let's get a couple of these onions out here. So a few of the juices as well. So you've got sweet bhaji, sour sweet yogurt, a couple of those onions just over the top there, just dancing over the top.
Again, the colours are electric.
Colours are electric. Do you want to just pop some cress over there for me, Charlie? You finish the dish. Take the accolade.
Yeah.
We have, ladies and gentlemen on stage, the best bhajis you've ever tasted. I'm going to label it that because they are. I've learnt from very, very good people, very, very good masters and teachers to bring this into your house, and you're going to finish it. Feel that power. They smell delicious, don't they?
Yeah, I am looking forward to trying those in a minute.
Let's
but first we have fish and I think
the rice
to finish.
Indeed. Okay, so with the fish, first things first, we get our serving plate ready. Our fish is in the oven. We've got about 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes on it, yeah.
So we're going to get our green pepper Malabar sauce. Coconut, ginger, we've made this for you. It's a delicious sauce to make. Lots of tomatoes, green chilli in there, green peppercorns, where the name comes from. Just want to open it up straight into a saucepan. So I've got a small saucepan here. So we're just going to pop that in and just warm it through. And it just needs to be warm. We're not trying to reduce it. We're not trying to make a new sauce. It's just to put over that beautiful baked fish. Trying to get used to all our new lovely packaging. So in goes the sauce. Squeeze it out. And we just really need, Charlie, just a nice little spoonful over the top.
Yep.
It's quite a strong sauce that we've got here. So while that's heating, are you ready?
I am ready.
This is one of the magic moments.
Oh,
Absolutely
yes.
Stunning.
I'm looking forward to sort of seeing you just sort of unwrap your parcel.
Well, listen.
Hey, it's really crisped up.
It has crisped up. Banana leaf is absolutely amazing because it doesn't flavour, but it locks in all the juices. It's got natural oils in there as well, which are edible. It comes, it produces fruit that we eat as well. Just locks in the juices of the fish, and not forgetting that fish was marinated. It's got all those lovely juices in there, steaming away, and papillote, as we say in Manchester. There we go. So Charlie, if you would do the honours, that is very, very hot. Do you want?
Is the honours what? Untying?
Yeah, just untie.
Yeah.
And then you just want to lift it on the plate. The sauce.
Within its within the banana leaf itself on the plate, like that.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go for full theatre. Let me get that out of the way.
String aside, can I just deposit that with you too?
Yeah, and then if you don't have to unwrap it in the way that we did, you just want to kind of like break the leaf open so that we kind of get a little bit like the salad. There we go. Look at that steam. I'm going to stay for this. You can just break the top if you want.
Like this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that. Steaming.
That's incredible.
Authentic.
I can't tell you how good that smells too.
It smells, do you know what, as well, the citrus with this, because it's quite a meaty fish as well, the citrus plays a real, real big part. All the spices, garam masala in there as well, ginger, garlic, absolutely delicious. So the sauce is just warming through.
I'm interested to find out how you're going to plate this. So are we going to keep the banana leaf? Or?
Yeah, let's go. Okay. True, authentic.
Yeah.
Let's just push that in there. It's great product to work with banana leaf. Kind of works just whatever you want it to do.
Yeah.
Just does it. Likes a little bit of the stage banana leaf does. Great for presenting. I like serving a lot of canapes on banana leaf. Just clean my spoon a little bit. Okay. So I'm just going to spoon this sauce as well. You can have a waff of that. Rich. This is the money. This is the jacket.
And the ginger.
This is the jacket that you put on before you go out for dinner. It just finishes the whole look off. And that's it. You've got a beautiful kind of body, meaty piece of fish. Nice little bit of dressing. and the sauce goes over the top.
Incredible.
True Keralan authentic style. Coconut in base, aromatic, cooked in a true way that Keralan culture deserves to be shown, which is in banana leaf. So take that sauce off there.
Great. Well, let me pop that down
And here we go. Onto the rice.
to the rice.
We're not going too fast, are we, Charlie?
No, I think we're okay. Well, there's probably some people at home saying, no, slow down.
Slow down.
Yeah.
I mean, the salad's done. They're bhajis. They were pretty straightforward. And here we are with the rice. Now, big moment with the rice. Don't know if we can see
Wow.
that. It looks like an army of rice grains
It does.
waiting to go to war. Look at them.
It's
I'll just stop
extraordinary.
there.
They're all stood up.
Look at them all. They've kind of got standing very, very...
It's amazing. And it's all just happened without sort of
Yeah.
on its own.
It is.
You haven't encouraged
And
it.
that is the importance, as I said at the beginning of the class, Charlie,
Yeah.
of having the right measure of water, right measure of flavour and salt. That's why we did a lot for you. You've got the recipe to experience, from the beginning completely. But the bit that you've done at home, guys, that's the most skillful bit, and that's the most important bit. The boring bit was reducing the onions and putting the spices in. The cooking, the water, the time, the attention is what really matters. So watch this, Charlie, really, really important. Just a tip of the spoon, and we're just going to fluff the rice. Look at the way it just falls. I'm putting no pressure. Here we go. Let's just use tips of a thumb and finger, and then really, we're not trying to get this big bad boy in there. Like, scoop the rice. We don't need that. Just a nice little fluff of the rice. It shouldn't have been sticking together. And if you just like to pass me that bowl,
Yep.
let's plate this up. You could say this reminds you of pilau rice. Very, very close. This is a little bit more in the direction of the native rice you would find in the Kerala region. Just in terms of the spices that I've used mainly. That'll be my head chef, Frenchie, having a good old laugh at me plating here, spilling it everywhere. Got to keep it all real. It is live after all. Okay, so there we have it. Let's just move these bits. So in here we've got some nice...
Just remind us, we've got
a couple of almonds, and so they've just been lightly roasted, and some smashed up, slightly rustically sliced dates, which again found in lots of kind of Keralan cooking. Look at that, a little bit of coriander cress just to finish over that fish. And there we have it. Shall we pop that over there? We have a finished dish. Charlie, I'd love to just present to you again. We have the beautiful banana leaf kingfish with a Malabar green pepper curry, root bhajis with a chili cheese and some pickled onions. My favourite, I don't know if you noticed. We've got a Kachumba salad done in a true rocket, modernised way, just to kind of get the juices flowing and give you something brand new at home. A mountain-style rice from the region of Kerala, finished with the most delicious coconut yogurt, contrasting with that sweet, sour, fire-roasted pineapple. There you have it.
Wow, what a feast, hey?
Looks
Brilliant.
amazing.
It does. It looks really incredible, and I can see sort of the crew are sort of lurching towards it. But before they do, I'm going to have a quick taste myself. So,
What are you going in for, Charlie?
well, there's been so much bhaji chat that I think without a little
Do
sort
it.
of soupçon there,
Do you want a drum roll?
yeah, let go on, drum roll it, please. Okay, so there
Get
we
some
go.
of the onion, really, really important.
Okay, onion in.
And a dip. I'll go for two. Don't let me push her around.
Yeah.
Let's go for two.
Basque Country, I almost sort of, burnt my mouth with.
Shouldn't laugh.
Yeah,
It was funny.
with the burnt cheesecake.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to be a bit more cautious this time.
I can hear that crunch. That's a good bhaji, right?
Yeah.
No problem.
eyes.
At your service. Eye contact, full on. It's an absolute pleasure. I'm glad you
That is
enjoyed that.
really good. And whilst I'm at it, I just want to have a quick look at this fish. Yeah.
Get some of the sauce.
Incredible,
See
the
the way it
texture. You're
flakes.
right. Yeah, it's a little bit like sort of swordfish, I guess, but this is the kingfish.
It is.
What a great name.
Delicious.
Knockout.
Bang. Well, there we have it.
Wow, I'm there. I'm back in Kerala. Really, really impressive. Great. Well, thank you, Ryan.
Very, very
What a
welcome.
feast. And thank you, everyone at home, for joining. Remember, post photographs of your creations using the hashtag #CookWithRocket. Please do share. We'd love to see what you've been up to at home. And a reminder that we're back in 2 weeks to continue the tour. And we're off to a foodie capital where East meets West and the flavours of Istanbul. Ryan, go on, give us a little tease.
I could not have said it better. East meets West. It was part of the old school trade route of spices, and we really wanted to celebrate that. We've got some Turkish street wings with a shawarma, ketchup. We've got some kofti. We've got a beautiful pita, which is a Turkish black fig, and salted cheese bread, which we're going to make. So we're actually going to pull the bread, make it in an authentic way. I'm not going to reveal too much more. It's going to be absolutely delicious. This has been one that I really wanted to get across, but Istanbul, next up, I'm excited.
So we're going to continue the sort of spicy theme, and if everything that he just said doesn't make much sense to you, because it didn't make much sense to me, come and join us in a couple of weeks' time for the flavours of Istanbul. So again, thank you very much indeed for joining us on A Cook's Tour with Rocket. Please, as ever, do tell your friends and family about us, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good night.